I've been getting a lot of requests to do more advanced level Korean FAQ episodes, so this is just one of those. Now, if you do a lot of reading practice in Korean, you've probably come across this form, maybe even this verb, several times before. For example, this verb, 흔하디흔하다. Notice it's di and da. Well, this one has a similar meaning as just the regular descriptive verb, 흔하다, which means to be common or to be frequent. And without even understanding this is actually a separate form, it can be easy to come across this sort of word, quickly search it in the dictionary, and just conclude, it's the same thing. But this is actually its own form, and it appears in so many verbs. They're all descriptive verbs though, I should note. And this is actually a really cool topic, so I'm excited to share it with you. But first, if you would like to see more Korean FAQ episodes that are kind of like this in the advanced level, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let's get started. So this you can call the T form, and the way it works is pretty simple. You take a descriptive verb, and it gets copied over in front, but instead of ta, you replace it with ti, and the rest of it stays the same. And note that it doesn't have any space here. It's supposed to be written as one long new verb. Now, I should note that whenever you see this form, 99% of the time, it'll only be conjugated as the adjective version. So in this case, it will be 흔하디흔한. In fact, the only place you're ever going to see it unconjugated like this would just be in the dictionary. So again, it's going to be conjugated almost every single time just as an adjective like this. The nice thing about this form is that even if you don't know this form separately, even if you don't know, you don't have a dictionary with you can't search the word, you can still guess that it has the meaning of the original descriptive verb, and for the most part, you'd be correct. So what does this form do to the verb? The overall meaning is the same. So 흔하다 and 흔하디흔하다 both mean to be common or to be frequent. But 흔하디흔하다, instead of just meaning to be common or frequent, what it means is more like to be very common or to be very frequent. So it has a stronger, more emphasized feeling to it. That's not the only thing that makes it different. It also draws more attention to itself in the sentence. So it's kind of like saying to be very common, to be very frequent. I'm doing this bad acting to kind of draw more attention to myself so that you pay more attention to this verb in the sentence. This form has a very narrative feel to it. It sounds like you're telling a story to someone and you're trying to emphasize, oh, how so common, oh, how so frequent it was, like that sort of meaning. And because of that, you're not going to see this form used much in speech. Unless somebody's reading a narrative story, this isn't a regular form used in conversations. No, it's used in writing. So fictional stories or true stories, texts, podcast stories, anything like that. In fact, this form even sounds a bit poetic. So I tried to think about a way to translate this into English, and the best I could come up with is something like to be oh so common, or to be ever so common. So if you had something like 흔하디흔한 이야기, 흔하디흔한 이야기, well, that would be like the ever so common story of, or the oh so common story of, something like that. So let me give you a few more common examples of where you'll see this. I kind of ran out of space at the end, but here we have 5 more examples of this same form. 높디높은 산. This is from the verb 높다, to be high. So the ever so high mountain, the oh so high mountain. 쓰디쓴 약. Now, 쓰다 means to be bitter. So the very bitter medicine. 푸르디푸른, from the verb 푸르다. 푸르디푸른 잔디. So the lawn, the grass, that's very green. 좁디좁은, the narrow 길, the narrow road, from 좁다. 예쁘디예쁜, from 예쁘다, to be pretty. So the very pretty 얼굴, the very pretty face. And again, I should emphasize, this form, the 디, 다 form, is only going to be used in the adjective form. You're never going to say 예쁘디 예뻐요 or something to someone that would sound weird. In fact, it would sound so weird that it just sounds completely wrong. You might, however, occasionally see this form used as an adverb, for example, ending with 이렇게. But you're not going to see it used in any other type of grammar form. But we're not done. One more small thing. Note that there is a slightly different way of conjugating sometimes for descriptive verbs whose stems end with this letter, lir. For example, the descriptive verb 달다, to be sweet. Now, most people, pretty much everyone, would use the descriptive verb 달디 달다, but it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be 다디 달다. Yeah, but everyone just uses this one. It's supposed to be this one though. However, the descriptive verb 길다, to be long, does become 길디 길다. So just keep an eye out that these ones might conjugate a bit differently. So where have you seen this form used before? Have you noticed it being used before? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in another episode. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.